Good morning. Hello, everyone. In this video, you're going to be evaluating piecewise defined function, and it's going to be this. The objective of this video is for you to check your understanding. Okay, so this is a new piecewise defined function, and I'm asking you to evaluate the piecewise function. 1x is -3, 1x is +2, 0, okay, 0 and +5. Okay, so let's focus on 1 and 2. So how would you evaluate f of -3 and f of +2? Okay, so to help you, let's go back over the steps again. So remember, the first step you want to do is identify the domain restriction in which the x value belongs to. Okay, for instance here, -3 belongs to which domain restriction? Okay, and then step 2, plug in the x value into the function. So when you identify the correct domain, you want to use its corresponding function, okay? And then step 3, you want them to compute, okay, and or evaluate to find the output, okay? So I will need you to pause the video, okay, and try to do f of -3 and f of +2. Okay, so let's go over the steps. So we need to identify the correct the domain restriction for -3. So I know that -3 belongs to this domain restriction, to this inequality. Why? So if I plug in -3 into the x, okay, I know that -3 is less or equal to -3, and -3 is less than 2, okay? And because there's a line in the inequality, so -3 can be equal to itself, okay? So that's why I'm choosing. So step 2, I'm going to use this corresponding function, which is 2x minus 1, okay? And then all I have to do now is replace x, because you want to evaluate f of -3. So I replace x with -3. And then I was able to get that f of -3 is -7, okay? That's it. So now let's move on to the next one, f of +2. So remember, 2 is, you want to find which domain does the 2 belong. 2 belong into this domain, domain restriction. Why? If I write 2 here, so you see that 2 is greater or equal to 2. So 2 is equal to itself. So this is its correct domain restriction, not here. Because 2 is not less than 2, okay? 2 is equal to itself. So this is the correct domain restriction, okay? And then you're going to use this function, which is x plus 3, okay? Then what are you going to do? We want to evaluate the function at 2. So I'm going to replace x with 2 and find that 2 plus 3 is 5. So f of 2 is +5. Okay, so I hope it's beneficial. So let's do the last two one. So I'm asking you to evaluate f of 0 and f of 5. So again, I'm going to give you, I'm asking you to pause the video and do it. Okay, please pause the video and do the problem 3 and 4. Okay, so let's go over the steps. How do I evaluate f of 0? Remember, the x value 0 belongs to this domain restriction. Why? Because 0 is less than 2 and 0 is greater than -3, greater or equal to -3, right? Good. So that's why I'm using this inequality. This is a correct domain restriction. So its corresponding function is 2x minus 1. So that's why I'm writing 2x minus 1 here. Since they're asking us to find f of 0, so I'm going to replace x with 0 into the function. And I have f of 0 equal -1. Okay. So what about the next one? F of +5. So 5 is greater than equal to 2. It belongs to this inequality, okay, domain restriction. So I'm going to use this function, which is x plus 3. And I'm going to, inside the x, I'm going to replace the x with 5. So 5 plus 3 is 8. So that's the final answer, okay? I hope the video was beneficial to you and you now can feel confident about evaluating piecewise defined function. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.